right, all right. Hey, hey, welcome back, guys. All right, so let's take a look at this Aquarians. We're going to take a peek at what is kind of murky, but coming to the surface so that it's more like crystallized. And we have Stardust, which Sag got this as well. Hang on just a second. I want to get one more here. That's card 56. I feel like somebody has, they're either starting to become aware, oh, this is beautiful, of grace. They're either starting to become aware of their own kind of like special power, is what I was going to say. And then we have the card of grace. And I would say that's exactly what this is. This card 33 and card 56. I don't know if somebody's name is Grace or like means light or means grace or means star. Like, you know, some names have another meaning in another language, but it's very possible. You know, and I'm not thinking the song Amazing Grace, but there's another song that has the word grace in it, and I can't think of what it is. Anyway, forgive me, but we have someone who I feel like this is weirdly specific, but we may have somebody who has certain weeds that grow, like Jupiter's beard, for example, is actually a weed, but they are so pretty. They have all these beautiful pink flowers on them, but technically they're considered to be a weed. But I feel like somebody says, what? I like, certain weeds that grow. They look like flowers too. Who's to say what's a flower and what's a weed? Why can't I call my weeds flowers if I like them that way? And I just feel like this is somebody who's really, really sweet, really gracious, really they can see things in a different light. Okay, Aquarius, let's dive in and see what this means. I'm going to say it like this. I feel like this is going to be a different story than every other zodiac got, where I think somebody is seeing Aquarius and the essence of who Aquarius is becoming obvious to them. I feel like this is somebody who is recognizing that Aquarius is like this very special person, this very sparkly, very lovely individual, someone who like talks to nature, somebody who I could picture them literally having like little conversations with their favorite bird that they see, when they wash dishes at their kitchen sink and they look at it, it's like, oh, that's I named him Henry. That's Henry. I just picture somebody is noticing these sweet little things about Aquarius and saying, wow, Aquarius is quite special. We have an Ace of Swords. Definitely there's this sense of truth. There's this sense of clarity that somebody is having. And yellow is a beautiful color. It's a color of joy, happiness, and communication. I feel like somebody's got something to say to Aquarius. I feel like it has dawned on them that these are the aspects of Aquarius that I just adore. I don't know if Aquarius naps pretty or sleeps pretty also, looks really lovely at night, or somebody just likes to see, Aquarius sleeping. It feels like Aquarius looks like a little kid, like innocent or something when they sleep. And that could be, all of these elements show like a really sweet, very gentle nature, almost like, there's times in life where what we see is the adult version of ourselves, and that's what we show to the world. But when somebody gets to know us better and they can imagine who we were as children, because there's always flickers of our little kid personality that comes to the surface. There's just, I'm picturing something like maybe Aquarius has a particular love, because I picture somebody getting the peanut butter jar and they just love just a spoonful of peanut butter, and it's like a throwback to childhood. And it's like, oh, wow, you're so, elegant and refined and grown up. But then you do this little kid thing, like you were a 5-year-old, climbing into the fridge when nobody's looking and getting that spoonful of peanut butter and numbing it, it feels like there's little cute things about Aquarius that somebody has noticed, and this makes them smile. This makes them laugh. This feels very much like somebody else's heart is light because they've learned something about Aquarius. God, 9 of Wands. It's helped them to heal. Maybe it's helped them feel comfortable in their own, we all are only 5 on the inside still. High Priestess. They feel like they bond so well to Aquarius. Whomever this is, I don't know if they wear a fedora, if they wear a hat. They could be quite the dashing, almost like this could be somebody who has a certain way about them. They could be fairly artistic. Excuse me. They could be somebody who's got like a certain swagger to them, a certain style to them. But they already know I connect well to Aquarius. There's a meeting of the minds. The innocent version of me connects well with that innocent inner version of Aquarius. There's some kind of like understanding that they can see the real Aquarius. I really like the way they look at Aquarius. Wow, 2 of Cups in the reverse. What's that about? 2 of Cups in the reverse would be, oh wow, 10 of Swords. For all this sweetness and gentleness, I don't know if this is them fearing or if this is something that's already happened. Is this somebody who realized too late that they either pushed Aquarius away? Is that why we have the 9 of Wands? Is this somebody who's like reminiscing, thinking back on all the sweet things about Aquarius, all the ways that they connected so well? Did they almost like reject Aquarius and be like, well, I don't know what this whole 2 of Cups, mystical thing is, but yeah, no, I don't, there's nothing special here. Did they, oh boy, this feels like a hindsight storyline. God, it's from the 10 of Swords to the 10 of Pentacles. I think somebody realizes that they blew it with Aquarius, and Aquarius was their very sacred other half. I'm wondering if Aquarius even said something to them about like, well, we have this wonderful bond, or there's something quite special between the 2 of us. And maybe they were just like, I don't know what they're talking about. And now in retrospect, yes, they do. In retrospect, maybe that's why that Ace of Swords there, because this is clarity, but this is also in front of a closed door. I didn't see that it was like over until now that we have cards that say they're reflecting back and they're realizing all the sweetness. They're realizing maybe their own unhealed energy couldn't allow them to acknowledge what was right in front of their eyes, which is that Aquarius and I did have something special. Sorry, my boy. Ever the protector. You did good, baby. You did wonderful. Come here, good boy. Come here. There's my boy. Sorry, I have to congratulate him. He's always going to be on guard. This just feels like they're reflecting on how great Aquarius was, what they had with Aquarius. They had a 10 of Pentacles. They had everything. They had somebody who would have been a real partner to them. And they had somebody that they were so happy with. Whatever happened, Aquarius made them so happy and allowed them to like bring out their inner child as well. Okay, so hang on, because this looks like they already blew it with Aquarius. Is that what we're seeing here? 7 of Swords sideways. Yeah, they basically denied that this relationship was important. That's what I see here. They basically just denied that the relationship even meant what it actually did. And they knew better. 2 of Swords blocked it. Boy, oh boy, they would do it differently now with the Death card here. But blocking their emotions, blocking how they felt, trying to pretend that this didn't matter the way it did, and even trying to pretend that they didn't understand. What do you mean? What do you mean this is some special, amazing connection? I think that Aquarius might have been very ethereal, very spiritual, very like open to all kinds of like energetic bonding. They might have been very gentle with this person. They might have been somebody who was, like, hey, let's both think of the same thing tonight and see if we dream about it. Let's see if we find each other in a dream state. Wouldn't that be cool? And I think this person was like, what? And yet that that was not true. That was never true. Everything about the way Aquarius would have allowed them to kind of like let down their guard and be like, let your inner child come out and play and have fun. It's okay. We don't always have to be like these stern adults. We can also be, like our fun side of ourselves, our creative side, our enchanting or enchanted selves. And I think that this person is realizing too little too late, maybe, that the best times of their life have been with Aquarius. Aquarius opened the door and said, you can join me in this energetic, frolic. We can have a really great time. We're really special together. It's like Aquarius says, but I know that you wanted to join me in this energetic, fun, free spirited, like let your hair down a little bit. And I don't think they could do it. They just couldn't wrap their head around what Aquarius was talking about. And now they're like, Aquarius was like my soul family, my spiritual family. They were the person I was the happiest with. They were the person I could be the most open with. And I lied to myself and pretended that I didn't know what Aquarius was even talking about. Blocked Aquarius, likely literally blocked Aquarius. And now I feel like somebody's sitting there crying. I feel like this is really sad for them, because it's so obvious how important and how special Aquarius was. And we have the Liberation card. This is actually the Judgment card. If this person can free themselves from, their own like tightly wound, like, no, I'm going to deny that Aquarius matters. If they could free themselves from that, this could be very different. Four of Cups, they may feel that it's too late. They may feel like Aquarius is already, transformed and well beyond their grasp. This could be somebody who's like long ago and far away at this point in time, but it's finally sinking in. I mean, this could be like 4 months ago, 4 years ago, and they're just now sitting here going, how did I miss what was right in front of me? Aquarius was like the match of my heart. They were the match for my soul. We have the Wanderer. They know Aquarius continues to be kind of a free spirit who says how they feel, isn't afraid of telling people, their energetic perceptions. And they kind of look at Aquarius as this very, I don't know. I'm not saying that Aquarius is like whatever, goofy or flibberty-gibbet or flighty or anything like that. But Aquarius is never going to stop deciding, that they like the things that they like. They're never going to fully embrace like the confinement of a really strict adult world without, like a world that's void of any flights of fancy. I think this Aquarius is always going to be somebody who's like a creative, a visionary, somebody who feels like energy around them. And if they suddenly feel the need to get up and dance, and they're whatever on a public city bus and everybody else is sitting down, but Aquarius is just like, oh, I suddenly got the urge to move, or I'm listening to a song and I just got to dance to it. I can't stay seated. I'm hearing a song in my earphones right now. I've got to get up and dance. If you all were hearing the same song, you'd probably dance right along with me. I just feel like Aquarius might be the kind of person where it's like, I don't really care if other people think it's goofy. I get to live my life to my fullest. I believe this individual knows how much of a free spirit Aquarius is, and they know they had a chance to join Aquarius in this very, like, I would be radically accepted for, following my heart and my spirit, if only I had chosen to be with Aquarius. 10 of Wands. They had a lot of layers of oppression on them. They may have come from a family that was very stern. You do work, you don't be playing. Not even as a kid do you play. Your play should be work. And I'm wondering if some of that is why they just couldn't loosen up. That's what this feels like, is somebody just could not loosen up and just get funky with me. Let yourself have fun. Let yourself laugh. Let yourself be a little silly. Let yourself feel what you feel. Go with your intuition a little bit more, have a good time. They couldn't accept it, even though what's crazy is they did accept it in some deeper part of themselves. I don't know if this person's going to gravitate back into Aquarius's world. My impression would be, oh yeah, heck yeah, they will. But first, they got to wrap their head around just these things that are just now emerging, right? We only just now starting to see the trees in the middle of the fog in that backdrop behind me. So this is more the emerging understanding. So they're going to have to work with this new truth a bit. All right. Thanks for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.